Whew, good morning. It's 5:13 a.m. and I am full of gratitude on this chilly Friday morning. Oof. Let's take off a couple of layers so you don't overheat. It's Friday, December the 8th, 2023, 5:13 a.m. It is 25 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a chilly morning. It's pretty mostly clear skies. You can see a crescent moon in Venus. And that was nice. And I am full of gratitude. I start off my morning with a gratitude list. I am grateful for my family, my friends, my faith, my freedom, my health, my union job, a good night's sleep, and a solid breakfast. And from there, I elaborate. I use this as a framework, as a model to pay forward this great advice I got about gratitude, about having gratitude. That gratitude leads to perspective, that gratitude, that counting your blessings has a really huge impact. It had a huge impact on my life. And hopefully, if you suffer from, like me, if you suffer from having the chronic mopies, the chronic angries, and the chronic lonelies, then something such as this gratitude list can really help you, and it helped me. I got a fleece muzzler. It's pretty warm, but you don't want to overheat on the bus. You want to get rid of some of this excess body heat. Huh? Oh boy, it's been a tough week to be a comic book fan. Or maybe it's been actually a good week, depending on how you look at it. I'm a huge comic book fan, and my channel here, we make a lot of content about pop culture stuff, and specifically my hobby, my lifelong hobby of comic books, of superhero comic books, of DC comics and Marvel comics. And it's been really tough for the past few years. There's been something that might or might not be known as the culture war, and one of the battlegrounds is publishing. Not just but it's not just comic books. It's publishing, like, industry wide. It's as if the academic postmodernists that have graduated from college, who have new jobs in this publishing industry, have got their downloads and programming that we must change everything, in order to save the world. Noble goals, sure. Yet the intersection of the real world into our escapism and our hobbies, it's a bit much, and it's beginning to be a turnoff. And I don't know. Sorry, but progressives have the thing: if you can't change it, you're gonna ruin it. Sorry, that's on you guys. I'm in the middle. I'm stuck between the two of you, and it's just, you just want to make life suck for us, don't you? Yeah, I mean, way to go. You're doing a great job at that. I mean, this week I almost gave up comic books again, and for good, because I just, and this gets spiritual. This comes into blessings. This comes into gratitude. Because the Buddha taught me that our suffering is equal to our attachments. And so what am I attached to? I'm attached to the expectation of escapism, of having good stories, this perpetuation of my benign hobby. And there are just so many voices, so many so many voices that are just making this like scorched earth, because they deem people who don't agree with them as being bad persons, as being ists, phobes, bigots, Yahtzees. That's a clever word for a Nazi. The overused terms, and just being racists, you're bigots, you're sexists. I mean, it's devalued, these terms, because now everyone who you don't agree with is one of these. I'm not going to agree to that, and I'm not buying it, and I'm really starting not to buy comics anymore. And this week's been really tough, especially with the good people, the quote-unquote good people on the left, these progressive people, totally digitally dogpiled a comic shop owner for talking about his opinion about the state of the industry. And it just shows this ugliness. And then there are uglinesses on both sides, seriously. I mean, people to the center right, there's a kayfabe going on. Kayfabe is a wrestling term. It's about sticking to your character. Hulk Hogan is a kayfabe. That's not a person. His real name's Terry. And he's a bodybuilder. And he's an actor. But I mean, Hulk Hogan is a property. It's an IP. I mean, Terry and Hulk are two different people in a way. But it's just such a miserable place to put your time. And every time you open up Twitter, it's just somebody complaining about Star Wars, somebody complaining about Star Trek, somebody complaining about Doctor Who, somebody complaining about DC Comics and Marvel Comics and the Marvel movies. And it's a bit much. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be escapism. And you're not getting a respite from either side. I just want to take a break from my long week and wind it down and not be wound up. And also, seriously, the amounts of unbidden violence that I see on Twitter, X, from people I follow, it's got me thinking, like, I got to start muting more people. I don't come to Twitter to see fist fights, to see people get hurt. Today is the anniversary of John Lennon's assassination. And when I was 15 years old, I also witnessed gun violence. So, I mean, I might believe in your 2A right, but I also know that guns kill. Yeah, so does sugar, so do cards, so does this, so does that. I get it. Start stop. Let's go.
Stop reflected.
Put on your hat. Look, it's McDonald's. You see the arches? We gotta walk by that every day, or pass by it. And not succumb to the temptation of the McRiddle. But yeah, I mean, my hobby is a nightmare. It's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be escapism. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend. Oh, yeah. See, there's Moon and there's Venus. Ain't that cool? I like it. Bus, bus, bus. Bus, bus, bus. Hey, look. Bus, bus, bus. Bus, bus, bus. I mean, I've been seriously considering just like unplugging from Twitter, X, and from YouTube, and from my hobby, and focus. I need to reformat my life and focus on things that are going to make me happy. Seriously, I don't think I can drink much anymore because agreeing to having a couple of beers and having a good time, you have to agree to being sick the whole day the next day now at this age of mine. I can't smoke weed anymore because it makes me paranoid. These new strains are too strong. It just doesn't suit me well anymore. Like, you know, my hobby is a nightmare with all the just all of this constant culture war bullshit with allegedly good people fucking pigpiling on just people for their opinions because they don't, agree. I don't want to be part of that. Opening up Twitter and seeing just random violence every fucking time. And to top it all off, the hopelessness of not being able to meet any single people, any single women. And this perpetual fucking loneliness to go to bed early because it's good for my sobriety and I'd rather be asleep. than alone. I mean, just like, what the fuck? I mean, so I have to recalibrate my life and focus on my spirituality and focus on what matters and focus on my blessings because and being grateful for things. And I am grateful for lots of things, and it really is helping because the world does grind us down. It's really hard some days. It really is. And this week's been a tough one. And it's been a tough couple of years. And it's been a lonely couple of years. It's been a lonely several years. It's been a tough several years. But there is still room for gratitude. There is still room for blessings. There is still room for joy. We just have to find it. We have to keep struggling. We have to keep finding it. And keep going, one foot in front of the other. See? 1, 2, 1, 2, left, right, left, right, left, right. Yeah, well, thank you so very much. Think of John Lennon. Play some John Lennon music today, please. He was taken away from us 43 years ago today by his biggest fan with a gun in gun violence. Yeah, that happened. I was 15 years old. I saw a woman and her infant child get gunned down. That happened. And it's okay to support people's 2A rights, but also still think that, gun violence is terrible. I mean, yeah. Oh, boy. I just want some escapism. I want to wind down. And I'm blessed and grateful because I can, and I will find it again. And I have to not be so attached to things. And to find new sources of escapism and find new kinds of ways to pass my time and to wind down. And to stay apart from drama and things that will really bring you down. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. Have a great weekend. All right. We will see you again soon.